Yes.
Another round of applause, Margaret Thorli!
Hey! Good afternoon, ladies. Come on, guys. Good afternoon, ladies. It's an awesome, isn't it? Where's the remote? The remote. Okay. We've had an amazing speakers. My name is Margaret Thorli. Okay. And I'm the founder of H&R Training Professionals. And also, I'm an author of A Single Mother in the Dating Game. But what I... Thank you, come on. You have to encourage me. Thank you. Okay, while we're waiting, I can still talk. All right. The thing is, I'm going to tell you my journey from a children's home to become an amazing, phenomenal businesswoman. Thank you. Oh. One of my staff, she just pushed the books to me. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Okay. Just do it gently, you said, yeah? Okay. Brilliant. You see, I have a great belief in women. We got an amazing talents. Sometimes what stops us moving forward is the fear. It's the fear. And I had to go through that journey. And I want to share my journey with you from a children's home to become the person that I am today and to bring me to where I am. Turn to the next person and say, I am a phenomenal businesswoman. Come on. Say it from the heart. I am a phenomenal. And as for the men, I'm an amazing businessman. You see, we have to look at our mindset. And most of the speakers touched on our mindset. And I had to change mine growing up from a children's home with all the baggages that comes with it. Now, Muhammad Ali put it the best way. He said, I am the greatest. I said that even before I became the greatest. Can you see? He had to challenge his mindset way back there, prepare his mind what he needed to do. And I had to do the same thing. Because you see, growing up in the children's home, I came with loads of baggages. But one thing I say to myself, it's not how I started is important. It's how I finish the race of life. It is important. You see, to also go there, I had to make some decisions. I grew up from one children's home to another children's home to another children's home. By the time I got to my fourth one, I was about 14 and a half years old. And when I got there in the room, 2 weeks later, I saw drugs, alcohol, prostitution. It was there. When you hear it in the news, it's real. It's real. But I had to make a decision and said, I'm not going to take drugs, alcohol, prostitution, fights, and peer pressure. Can you imagine making such a decision at an early age? I like that. At an early age. But I had to stick to that decision that I made. I had to be focused. I had to be determined to make it. And then also make another decision. Is that I will never, ever allow my circumstance growing up in a children's home to stop me to become who I am. Thank you. Thank you, I feel really encouraged. You see, I'm going to touch fear later. But when I left the children's home, fear, lack of self-esteem, finance, procrastination, success. But the thing I want to say, confidence was at the window. When I had my son at a very early age, I said to myself, how can a child look after a child? I was worried. One day, my Angela came to speak many years ago. I know why the caged bird sing. And I said, my God, she's talking about me. She's telling my story. I am that caged bird that sing. I began to cry. I began to weep. I felt the pain. I felt the hurt. I felt the rejection. What am I going to do? As the time to sign the books, my turn came. And she looked at me. Hi, beautiful. Me? Me? And she must have seen it on my face. And she repeated again. Hi, beautiful. What's your name? I answered in a very timid voice. My name is Margaret. And she signed the book. And as she stretched her hand and I went to take the book, she held on to the book. And she said to me, it's going to be okay. And she smiled. And as she smiled, I said, thank you. I took the book, I hugged the book, and I ran out the doors. And all I kept thinking, I want to be home. I want to pick up my son. I want to be there because I want to tell him, I'm going to survive because of you. Thank you. Finance, that was rubbish because we weren't taught how to budget in a children's home. And I realized one day my son was only about 6 months old. It's around winter time. My gas was cut off. My electricity was cut off. I sat on the stairs and I started to cry. What am I going to do? I went down to the next door neighbor, got them to boil hot water, make the milk. I came upstairs and I sat on the stairs holding my baby and I said, my bills would always be paid. My electricity will never going to be cut off again. And I began to do a lot more training. I kicked out procrastination outside the window because I took steps. What is success? That was a big thing. Coming up from a children's home, and I heard the word success. What is success? But for me, what my success is when I stood up in the children's home and said no to drugs, no to prostitution, no to alcohol, no to peer pressure. For me, that is my success, not what the world told me is success. Fear. You see, fear was a thing about I carried a lot. A lot of my friends are here. When they see me, they see this bold person. Really? Boy, no. But when I was starting my new business, H&R Training Professionals, I was facing redundancy. And I'm like, oh my God, redundancy. Redundancy, I don't know what that looks like. Because I've always employed people. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my mortgage, the children, this, that? But as I sat there and I thought about it, I had a cup of tea, grabbed a paper, and I wrote fear across. And then fear down. And I said to me, F for fear is freedom. Because guess what? I can do the school run when I can do the school run. E, I can earn more money for myself. A, I take action. And R becomes the reality. So my dear, where is fear? Can you see fear on that? You cannot see fear. That's it. So fear went out the window. Then I said, okay, a key that I operate regularly, believing in yourself. I held on to that key because I had to hold on to that key in the children's home so I could survive, so I could become successful or become the person who I am. I decided, right, I cannot hold on to my past. I cannot change my age. But guess what? I can determine the future I want for myself and for my children. I have that power and the ability to be successful. It's been a journey, isn't it? Yes. Now, do you want to know how I started my first business? Really? Do you want to see the pictures? I think one of my friends is here. She's smiling over there because she remember. I became a storeholder. Now, my dear, I could say to you, I always wanted to start my business. I'd be lying to you because I didn't. I started my business because I wanted a red lipstick. No other reason. A red lipstick got me to start my business. And why? I went to another shop. When I got there, they had a beautiful lipstick. You know, they were 50p. The color was amazing. Didn't suit my complexion very well. So I went to another shop that did cosmetic for women of color. I took the cosmetic. I tried it. It felt good. Yes, this is what I wanted. Then I went to the cashier. Up to today, I remember the price. £2.99, and I freaked out in the shop. What? £2.99? Who told you? Oh, I really freaked out. I want to see the shop owner. I wanted to see the shop owner just for £2.99 lipstick. And you know what? The shop owner did come. And I looked at the shop owner, and I looked at them. Who gives you the right to sell that lipstick at the price? I walked away, but I was still angry. I went back. I'm going to put you out of business. And I walked off. I'm going to put this man out of business. But I didn't. But I did really well. After 13 years being in the market, I thought, right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know, it's cold. I'm getting old and young at the same time. So I said, I'm going to have a nightclub. I look into the nightclub. Too expensive. One bar, yes, I can do that, but I got 2 mortgages, so that's not going to work. And a friend said, have a pub. Do you want to see my pub? You do? I became the first single parent, black woman, 2 kids, owning and run her pub. I had 10 staff working for me. And most of the time you've seen my son over there. He's here. When I used to walk in the community, in the street, I used to have people say, that's the black woman who owns the pub. That's okay. I'm all right with that. When they get to know me, that's our Margaret that owns the pub. When they really get to know me, oi, Margaret, what are you having in the pub tonight? I'm coming down with my mate. Yeah, you can come. You buy me my first pint. Yeah. From there, I took a career break. I'll go back a little bit. Took a career break, and I thought, okay, I'm ready now. Now I opened my next business. You saw a glimpse of it. I had people queuing up for this shop. Christmas time, people were queuing up. I got to be well known. People are coming from Manchester, you know, Birmingham, Golders Green. You want to see my shop? I did phenomenally well. Absolutely brilliant. You know, I did really well. 9/11 came. I couldn't travel. I tried to hold on to the business for 6 months to a year, and I realized I couldn't hold on to the business. I had to let go of the business, and I did. It was challenging times for me because I'm thinking, where do I go? I've never worked for anybody. Nobody's seen me work before. I've employed people. What do I do? When I closed the shop, I went back to college. Went to college, entry 1, entry 2. For 2 years, I studied. And I came out the other side of that, got a job for 8 years as a business mentor, coordinator for lone parents. And I did that, then I faced redundancy. That was stress. I was so stressed, the doctor gives me a month off because I never experienced that. After that, I decided, okay, what am I going to, I've got a job. And I thought, right, The who's and the how's came back again. What am I going to do? I said, you know what? Go back and run your own business. Because the business never changed. The module doesn't change. You just build new bricks onto it. So I said, right, I'm going to start my new business. You want to see my new business? I started this business. That's fine. Been a privilege. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. I started the business specifically because I hear people say, have a niche. For me, when I was working as a business mentor coordinator, I find that a lot of the lone fathers weren't getting the support that they needed. So I focus on working with lone fathers. And then, as you can see, the person who's screaming there, I won my first funding, and I wrote it. I'm dyslexic, and I wrote my first funding, and I won it, and I got into the newspaper, the Evening Standard. A lot of us, we say we're not going to business because finance. I start this business. You know, I told you I was bad on budgeting. Okay? I had £10, the £5 petrol, bread, milk, you know, that thing. And the other £5 was to get the biscuits, the tea, and for the students. But I got ginger biscuit because I like ginger biscuits, not the students. But the business went really well. Started it for £5. Been in business for 7 years. Trained over 800 people. Thank you. Our turnover, £375,000, £5. I have staff working for me, and during doing all this, working, so okay, my son's grown up. I'm a home alone mom. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, I'm ready to date. Yeah, I'm ready to date. I thought I was ready to date. I did go on a date. Have you ever got dumped on a WhatsApp message? I got dumped on a WhatsApp message. And I ring one of my friends who's here. I said, I think I got dumped. And she said, read the text to me. She said, girl, you got dumped. Thank you, my friend. So I went on. I said, okay, I got dumped. I wrote the book instead. I'm the author, the first time ever. Wrote a book, Single Mother and the Dating Game. So most of you ladies, if you're going to get dumped, get my book. It tells you how to deal with the whole issue, you know. And then from there onwards, all because I got dumped, I decided to write books in relationships. All right, So I wrote eight tips to a better relationships. I went on. Part of my journey that I've just shared with you currently is in this book. As you can see in the title, Elephants in My Stomach Instead of Butterflies. Because I had to deal with fear. And in the book, I tell you my story, a scenario, then I give you steps how I overcome the fear. I speak about confidence. I speak about budgeting. And for me today, and when Des came to me and says, are you ready? No. You're the next one. But you know, I'll have to say thanks to Des when we got connected. But I'm here to tell you through my journey, you can do it. Every one of you here, you can walk into your destiny. Know who you are, because the business will change your life. Know your purpose. What your passion is what your purpose is. Find your gift and share it with the world. My gift is to inspire, to empower, to motivate. Single parents first, because I'm one, lone fathers, and of course, women in business. That's my purpose. And the last key I want to leave with you, because this is the key that got me standing here today, and that's the key of believing myself. So you can do. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This looks like she's Les Brown's sister. Was that amazing? And it was her first ever presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, Margaret Thorli, she's been a client of mine, and we're going to do lots of damage.